In a small, forgotten town, there was a place that most people avoided: the old junkyard. Rusty car parts, broken furniture, discarded electronics. It was a mess of things from decades past piled high in mountains of junk. But for 11-year-old Max and his best friend Lila, it was a treasure trove waiting to be explored. One evening, as the sun dipped low and painted the junkyard in a golden glow, Max and Lila decided to venture deeper than they'd ever gone before. They climbed over heaps of scrap, dodging rusty metal and tangled wires, until they reached an area neither of them had seen. Amidst the rubble, there was a strange, ornate door standing tall and proud, even though it seemed to lead nowhere. The door was painted a deep, mysterious blue with silver vines swirling across it. A faded plaque at the top read, "To those who seek wonder, step through and find magic." "Whoa," Layla whispered, her eyes wide. "Do you think it's real?" Max, his heart pounding with excitement, reached out and touched the door. It felt warm under his fingers, as if alive. "Only one way to find out," he said, giving Lila a daring grin. They grasped the heavy handle together and pulled. With a soft creak, the door swung open, revealing a swirling portal of colors and lights. Taking a deep breath, they stepped through. The Clockwork Forest. On the other side, they found themselves in a dense forest. But this was no ordinary forest. The trees were made of clockwork gears and cogs, ticking away in rhythm. Leaves made of shimmering metal clinked in the breeze, and strange small creatures with wings like spinning propellers flitted from branch to branch. "Where are we?" Lila asked, staring in awe as a little creature landed on her shoulder, its wings whirring softly. Before Max could answer, a voice called out from behind a nearby tree. A tall, thin man dressed in a coat covered in tiny gears and springs emerged. His eyes gleamed with a kind but mischievous spark. "Welcome to the Junkyard of Wonders," he said with a sweeping bow. "I am Silas, the keeper of this world's many secrets." The quest for the heart of the junkyard. Silas explained that the junkyard they'd known in their world was actually a portal to magical lands, each filled with the forgotten dreams and broken inventions of people from across time. But something was wrong. The heart of the junkyard, a powerful crystal hidden in its center, was starting to fade. Without it, all these magical worlds would fall apart, and the door between the worlds would close forever. Max and Lila volunteered to help. Silas gave them each a small, enchanted compass that would guide them to the heart of the junkyard. But he warned them, the compass will only show the way if you stay true to your hearts. If you lose faith, the path will vanish. Determined, the friends set off deeper into the junkyard realms, passing through strange lands. A desert of giant sand clocks, a lake made of liquid silver where memories floated like bubbles, and a meadow where giant magnets pulled metal birds from the sky. The trials of the junkyard guardians. Eventually, Max and Lila reached the heart of the junkyard. It was a towering, spiraling heap of discarded dreams, a mountain of old toys, broken instruments, and forgotten inventions. At its peak, they could see a faint glow, the crystal they had come to save. But before they could reach it, three guardians appeared, each testing their resolve. The first guardian, an ancient doll with cracked porcelain skin, spoke in a voice that echoed with sorrow. "To pass, you must let go of something dear to you," she whispered. Lila, after a moment of thought, took off her lucky necklace and placed it at the doll's feet. "It's a part of my past, but some things need to be left behind." The second guardian, a giant robot with glowing eyes, told Max, "To proceed, you must face your deepest fear." Max took a deep breath, recalling his fear of heights. They held hands and he followed Lila as they climbed to a high ledge, finally reaching the summit. The final guardian was a shadowy figure with a mirror face, reflecting their own images. "To claim the crystal, you must remember why you began," it said. Staring at their reflections, Max and Lila thought of their friendship, their curiosity, and their love for adventure. Together they said, "We're here to protect wonder and keep magic alive." With that, the guardians bowed, letting them pass. Restoring the heart of the junkyard. At the mountain's peak, Max and Lila found the crystal, now dim and flickering. Max took it in his hands, and with a deep breath, he and Lila placed their hands on it, focusing on their wish to save this magical world. As their intentions poured into the crystal, it began to glow brighter and brighter until it pulsed with vibrant light, sending waves of energy throughout the junkyard. The ticking forest came alive with new sounds, the sand clocks rewound, and the creatures in the clockwork forest buzzed with renewed life. Silas appeared beside them, his eyes filled with gratitude. "You've saved our world and reminded us all that even broke things can be restored." Back to reality. Max and Lila said their goodbyes, stepping back through the door to their world. As they closed the door behind them, the blue portal shimmered and vanished, leaving only the familiar junkyard before them. "Do you think we'll ever go back?" Lila asked. Max looked at the empty spot where the door once stood and smiled. "Maybe we don't have to. There's magic all around us. We just have to look for it." They left the junkyard, but they knew in their hearts that the adventure was far from over. After all, the world is full of forgotten wonders, waiting for someone curious enough to uncover them.